try to summarize what has changed just in the past couple of years. So in the previous years, libraries, and also currently, pay for their own collections, so those who have money can have a brilliant library. Those who do not have money are dependent on donations or have to be very smart to build up their little print collections or their e-book collections. Libraries, I think, are very important in general, but they also have to keep up with modern life. So libraries always have a very static reality, or they display very static reality. Whatever gets into their catalog needs to be cataloged, and then the students have to find it. And in many countries, also storage is a problem, so the digitization age brought many merits along. Then in Europe, we had a central reform, because when you published, the academics had to give up their copyright to the publisher. So either it was forever or for a very substantial period of time. And also, that I think it was just what we in Germany called a Zeitgeist, so just the spirit of the time we live in, that was not appropriate anymore, because the person who owns the intellectual right should also hold the intellectual right forever, and not the publisher. So the open way, which then led to open access, is built on different paradigms. So before, the press went to libraries and tried to sell as many copies as possible, and therefore to refinance themselves. In the open access way, you also give money to the publishing house for a service they provide you. And the service is a service the customer determines, not the press determines. And then the publications are shared with the rest of the world, and therefore it has many positive effects. So first of all, there's no waiting time. Secondly, the person who is associated with the article gets the credit, and possibly also not the editor even of a book, but the individual. And the university or the foundation which sponsored the publication also gets a credit. And they have a very tight control of what they spend for what. So it's not going into a dark hole, which is, in my metaphor, it's the library, but it's directly visible and it's very measurable. So open access publishers constantly report back to the people they got money from, and how it is used and where it is used. Another problem, which also my predecessor, Professor Schreurs, I do not know whether I pronounce her name correctly, has said, is that learning has completely changed. So learning is not taking out a book and sit in the library and read it, but it's very digital. So all the information you would like to have is on your fingertips. And you do not want, would like to have it at all times, so 24/7, on your mobile phone, if possible. And you do not even want to rely on opening hours of libraries. So also, of course, we live in the digital age, why not embrace that possibility while not ruling out that you can also produce a print version of the same content.